A new 3D sci-fi adventure comes to theaters this weekend with Valerian and the City of a Thousand Planets.
How in space did you get that info?
It's not info.
Just deduction.
We know how humans work. They're all so predictable.
Clearly, you've never met a woman.
Well, Valerian is the name of the main character. We should probably know that up front. He's the main male character. He's kind of a space cowboy in this land of a thousand planets. We know that because every bit of cheesy dialogue refers to him by his first name.
Right.
Valerian, duck. Valerian, you have 30 seconds. Valerian, where are you? All over the place. I'm going to just bury my lead here and just say it's one of the worst experiences I've had in theaters this year, Andrew. And it's not just because of the cheesy dialogue. We do have special effects, which is supposed to be the big selling point of this. And everybody in the world seemed to contribute something to this film in terms of special effects. And what it did is create some sort of creative whitewash in the back where it just doesn't seem to be as interesting. You have so many things to look at, so many things in the back. I'm reminded of the movie Dune from 1984.
Okay.
It kind of reminds me of that, where there's just so much stuff being placed for us visually that we lose interest what's happening up front. Now, that being said too, now Valerian is supposed to be based on, well, it's based on the comic book that inspired, among many other things, George Lucas's Star Wars. So I guess that was supposed to be the idea that we're excited. This is the stuff that started Star Wars. But we live in a world where we have Star Wars and other far better films, including Luc Besson's Fifth Element.
Right, yeah,
so
exactly.
This is not it. This is a pale imitation for it, so that's kind of where I'm at, Andrew. Extremely disappointed.
I'm disappointed, but I'm not quite where you are at. That I do agree that the things that are going on in the background with this City of a Thousand Planets are far more interesting than what's going on with our main stars. Dane DeHaan plays the main character, Valerian?
What's his name?
Valerian.
Look out, Valerian.
Yes, he plays Valerian, and he is woefully miscast in this. Dane DeHaan, who I thought he was pretty impressive in movies like Chronicle and even The Amazing Spider-Man 2. But in this, he adopts this Keanu Reeves surfer dude accent where he's talking like this, and it is annoying, and it doesn't allow him to be funny, and nothing's really funny in this anyway, but it doesn't allow him to do anything but be this caricature. And then Cara Delevingne, who I thought was marginally better by comparison, that she doesn't get to do anything either, and you don't believe that this romance between the two of them that's supposed to exist, that they tell you, they basically look at the screen and say, hey guys, just so you know, we're in love and we're going to get married.
That is the exact problem.
It doesn't work.
There's no chemistry between them at all. And it's exactly as you said, they almost physically tell the audience, we're in love, we're in a relationship. This is the plot point you should hang on to. Oh, by the way, we're distracted with these special effects. We'll get back to that in a moment. I mean, it's almost as blatant as that all the way through.
Right, yeah, and so for the first 90 minutes I was on board because it was going back to this absurd sci-fi that reminded me of The Fifth Element, but this thing is 2 hours and 17 minutes long, and that is way too long for this. That about 90 minutes in, I was like, oh, I think I'm done with this.
This is not Fifth Element, and it doesn't have that great subversive nature that Luc Besson is famous for, that really European attitude, if you like, that kind of takes American films and kind of tweaks them, sticks his tongue at them a little bit, and says, you know, kind of does that sort of thing. No, this is not that at all. This is, he's really passionate about this film. I don't know why, but it's a cookie-cutter film that just goes nowhere. There's so many talented people involved when you watch the credits who spent hundreds of thousands of hours putting this together. And for all that, I give them one shining St. Joe for me. That's it, one Joe. They had to work, their work's going to be lost, but one Joe for me for this
One
film.
Joe out of 5. I'm going to give this 2 Joes out of 5 because I enjoyed myself for a small portion of this movie, but that would not be enough for me to recommend this. That the 3D was all right until it flattens out, once again, about the 90-minute mark.
Rihanna was great too. She went for the time that she was there and played importance to it. So you're being too generous, my point.
To read my review, check out St. Joe Live and Friday's edition of the St. Joseph News Press, or go online to stjoelive.com.
You can catch me Tuesdays at the Friends Front Row Film Series. That's at the East Hills Library Theater every Tuesday, 6:30. And
you can join me next week as I review Atomic Blonde. Until then, we will be live at the movies. See you later.
See ya.